All right, check out the bees. I haven't opened them up for a few days. When I get these guys opened up, hopefully they're putting a little bit of honey on top. I'm very new at this, so this is my first year having bees, and I'm excited to get them opened up and see how they're building in these upper honey supers here. These couple squashed bees off the edge there. Set this one down. A lot more bees up top here than last time I opened it up. I think it's been about 4 or 5 days since I've been in here. They were working on drawing out comb. I've been learning that's a pretty lengthy process. Apparently you use a lot of energy drawing comb out, and it's kind of what slows the new beekeepers down. So hopefully we'll see some comb drawn out. Let's see what we got. Okay, so before there was no comb at all being drawn out on this very far. So this has got some foundation on it to start them. And you can see here on the end where they have a little bit drawn out there, that white creamy color. I've got some drawn on this side. So previously they had 0 drawn out on this outer frame. See what we've got here. So that one has a little more drawn out. You guys can see what I'm looking at here. Learning to try to be as gentle as possible with these guys. It's something I think you learn over time. The frames are getting a little heavier each time. Oh, okay, so that one there has a little bit of capped honey, and you can see they're filling these with nectar, and then as they cap them, that's whenever the nectar's, I guess, then becomes honey. So this one here is starting to fill out nice. It makes me excited. We might actually get to try a little of our own honey this year, which would be fantastic. At least get some kind of little reward for having them your first year, other than the experience, of course. Oh, smoker's starting to really put off. Let's see here, we're getting more to the center, so frame should be heavier and heavier. That one there's really nice. Full. I believe they'll start capping that soon. Let's see this side. Oh yeah. This is very exciting for me, being new at this. I'm not going to bother them and go through all these frames. Like I said, I have a queen excluder on. So the queen's not up here. She's not laying up here. This is all just honey. It looks like this one here is filled out really nice. So I'm just gonna put them back and let them continue doing their thing, and maybe check back on them in another, I don't know, 4 or 5 days and see how things are looking. But like I say, it's very excited about what I'm seeing right there for sure. All right guys, I know it's been a while since I've done any videoing. It's been a few short weeks since I've posted anything. One of the things that has changed is, of course, our meat chickens are done. I've got a little bit of video from that process I'm going to put up. You'll probably see that actually before this video. But a lot of things have happened here around our property as well, other than the bees. So we have the bees going on. The sheep have been moving way out here in the pasture. They just moved up the hill here in the last few days. We also have stepped up how quickly we are changing their paddocks. So the whole trip out here, where we started and we ran about 500 feet or so down, they were moving each 25 by 50 foot paddock every 3 days. We were moving them, and now we bumped them up. We're doing every other day, so every 2 days they're getting fresh grass. So they've been loving that. They're still getting their alfalfa and a little bit of oats in the evenings. It's kind of like a treat. They really enjoy that as well. So here they are. They're looking good. Like I say, they just moved yesterday. Today is July 5th. So we moved them on the holiday yesterday. We had a bunch of friends and family up. They got to actually even give us a hand getting them moved. And they really got a kick out of seeing the girls and how social they are. And like I say, they're lovey-dovey. So now they're heading back towards the house, which is great because it's less walking for us whenever we're doing chores. So I'm trying to determine if I'm gonna run them up another strip and come on back. There's a bunch of thorny bushes up there. I don't know how they'll do in that. I'd love to have it cleared out. I may end up just mowing it down, but I ultimately would like to turn that into some usable pasture space. I just don't know if it's going to happen this year or not. All right, start heading back towards the house. Other new things going on since I've shot any video is we got our first 4 piglets that we're going to be raising this year. We're going to keep one for ourselves. We should be ready for one for our own freezer come butchering time for these guys. I'm hoping to have them done by the end of October. We'll see. This is a new breed. We did regular commercial white pigs last year, and this year we got some Berkshire crosses. So I don't know if they're going to grow a little slower or not. Besides, I'm starting with a little bit smaller pig than I did last year as well. So we butchered the first week of October last year. So I'm hoping as long as I fall sometime within the month of October, I think I'll be happy with that. Now, the other 3 I already have homes for. I had some people approach me and say, hey, we'd like the idea of you raising a pig for us. So I went ahead and bought 3 extra pigs to sell to customers. And I realized that I actually came up short and I probably should have bought 2 more. So I'm actually in the hunt for a couple more pigs. And realistically, I think pigs are going to be a pretty easy sell. I probably could have bought 10 pigs and wouldn't have had a whole lot of issues selling them, I don't believe. So we'll see. It's going to be a whole new experience for me getting into that market, how the whole process goes of, I guess, working between the butcher and a customer. So luckily the butchers that we're using are friends of ours. So hopefully that streamlines the process for us a little bit. But I'm going to walk you down here to the pigs. They're in the cute stage right now. So everybody that was here yesterday, friends and family, of course, they just thought they were the sweetest thing ever. But they're like little bacon seeds. Oh, they heard me talking about them. Oh, and so here they are. We got them started off in this little carport. There are 2 males and 2 females. So my daughter helped picking them out, and she was picking out on the merit of how cute they were, and I'm looking for size and marketability, of course. So I chose the black one, and she chose the other 3. The black one's a male, and the white one is a male, and the 2 spots are females. And they're a little skittish. They'll kind of let you scratch their ears while they're eating a little bit. But we're going to expand their area out down here. I just bought 200 foot of Premier One fencing. that just came today in the mail. So I'm going to work on getting an electric line set up in here to train them on it. If you've done any research on that, the importance for training pigs to electricity is huge. Their natural reaction whenever they get hit is to charge forward. So you have to have a physical barrier there right beyond the electric fence, so that they learn whenever they get that jolt that they can't charge forward. The reaction needs to be to back up. So that way, whenever there's no longer a physical barrier there, they get hit. They don't mow your fence right over. They get hit, they back up. And my understanding is most of the time they probably won't even challenge the fence. They'll learn what that is. That is a no-go zone, and they'll just avoid it altogether. So we'll see how that goes. I'm excited to get it set up, get them out on grass, let them root around a little more. They've tore up in here really well, but I'd love to get them out on some grass. Like I say, there's some briars and stuff down in here that I'd love to see get rooted out, and just see how well they do clearing this up for me. And I think it's going to make some happy, tasty piggies. Okay, the other new faces around here are these guys, which currently are the tiniest little guys ever. Very cute, not too loud yet. These are Guinea Fowl. My wife and uncle partnered up and decided that we needed these on the homestead. So I have a dozen guineas, and they are going to be on tick and bug control. I don't know how it's going to go. It should be interesting. I know whenever they get to be adults, they're super ugly, and I understand they can be a little annoying at times, but nonetheless, we've got babies around the house again, which is always exciting. My boy absolutely loves these. He comes down and they're pretty they tolerate him holding them, so he just loves that. So we'll keep you posted on their grow out process as well. We leave for vacation in like 4 weeks, and that's about the time they're going to be outside. So I'm a little concerned about that, but I think they'll be fine. So while we're talking about surprise birds, let's do a little update on the turkeys that I wasn't expecting. They are growing very well, and they have actually been pretty fun to have around the house, to be honest. They're constantly grazing, getting bugs and who knows what. I have one down there that has a condition called pendulous crop. That's something that it's just unfortunately going to have to live with the duration of its life. That its crop fills up with like a fluid, and then it becomes a nuisance for it, dragging near the ground, and its legs kind of brush up against it. I think it affects the way he digests his food, he or she. I really don't know the sex of any of these birds. Not real sure how to tell. I'm assuming they might all be hens. I really have no idea. If somebody could let me know just by taking a gander at them here. But there you can get a kind of a shot of it hanging there. Ducks are doing well. I haven't had any predator issues so far this year, which has been fantastic. Kind of credit that to the solar lighting that the wife bought and we put up that's all motion censored. I don't know if that's keeping the coons out. That's what we had the issue with before, was raccoons getting into everybody. But not real sure when we're going to process these guys yet. It's going to kind of be heartbreaking processing these guys because there's few of them, so you're a little more attached to them. And they kind of just hang out, and I'm changing the oil in the truck, and they're under the truck with me just kind of chilling. So, but they're being raised to put food on our table, so that's their ultimate destiny. And the ducks, this white duck, we have not got any duck eggs for a few weeks because she has hidden her nest exceptionally well, and I can never find where she's coming from in the mornings. She might disappear for over half the day and then suddenly comes back. So I'm kind of waiting on the day that she comes strolling up through and has maybe a couple ducklings following her. That would be awesome if that ever happened. I doubt it, but it'd be cool.